If you have a machete or a gun in that East Democratic of Congo, whether you are a soldier or a citizen, you have power.
Yeah.
Because with that, you can get laid. With that, you can hunt. You can protect, you can do everything. They do whatever they can to create a weapon. If it's a gun, he believes he's blessed, he's made it in life, because that particular gun will ensure that he gets everything that he wants. My friend, give me bread. The gun is right there. The bread will be given.
Yes.
Whether it's that chick that's walking down the road, you'll just say, hey, sit here, open, hey. Done. As far as the West is concerned, Africa belongs to them. These puppets will stand in the forefront, but they'll do what we tell them to do. We don't have time to be traveling back and forth over there. Just put that puppet over there, that puppet over there, these puppets over here, and let it be that way. We reserve the right to come in there and take what's ours, to command these puppets to get on a plane and fly here and explain. Make no mistake, Africa belongs to us. That's the definition, the explanation of all the freaking agreements that were signed, colonial pacts. Welcome everybody from wherever you are joining us from. It's a pleasure, it's an honor, it's a wonderful thing to have you guys here. It's good to be here. Excited about this. Every single time I sit on this seat to talk about these things that I'm so passionate about, I'm excited. If you're not excited about what you do, you probably shouldn't even be doing it in the first place. If you have true passion, you will be excited for that which that you are doing. In this case, I am super excited, ecstatic, joyful. I know that with every word, perhaps a life will be touched.
Yes.
It might encourage somebody to feel proud to be African again, because the narrative that we've all been exposed to, that we grew up with, was that we should do our best as Africans, go to our little mediocre schools, and then do our best to save money to go and study overseas, to go abroad. I want to send my kids to go to Stanford University or somewhere in Europe. At Harvard University, I see no university in my own particular country or even my continent. That's the perception. That's what these little young minds, our kids, our loved ones, are growing up with that kind of mindset, looking at all these other imperialistic countries that have developed their nations because of our natural resources. So we're trying to kill all that. So every single time I get another opportunity by the grace of God to sit on this seat and speak about the things that I'm passionate about, my motherland, Africa, I'm excited.
Yes, it's very exciting to be able to share our thoughts and opinions on what is happening in Africa as a continent. And we're proud of the Ibrahim Traore's process and in Burkina Faso. So yeah, we're excited and we're just grateful for the opportunity to be able to do so.
Yes, that west coast of Africa is an inspiration right now.
Yeah.
Every time I think about the west coast of Africa, I am happy. Because, like we've said before, it's been a long time coming. You know, when you are used to it, it's probably since I am only 43 years old. I'm still young. I'm not that old.
Yes.
Throughout my whole 43 years, I don't remember a time when I looked at a particular leader in Africa and said, I'm so freaking proud of that particular leader. I know the Thomas Sankaras of the world, the Chris Hanis in South Africa, the Patrice Lumumba, talking 1961 until I wasn't even born in those days. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We know the Nelson Mandelas of the world because we grew up in South Africa.
Yeah.
We know them. We look at those figures. We remember those figures. But other than that, when you look at that entire African continent, who stands out most, especially in this day and age? Who gives you hope?
Yeah.
I cannot help but to wander off to the west coast of Africa. And speaking of the west coast Africa, Senegal. Faye, right?
Faye.
Is it Faye or Faye?
I think it's Faye.
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 We're going to confidently say Faye here.
Yes.
Even if it's Faye, they understand what we mean. We only human. Faye. I think it's Faye.
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 Yes.
The what? The president of Senegal.
The new president he's been in power, like 50, 60 days, I think. Yeah.
He's failing you. And he's one of those cats that was apparently incarcerated for about a month or something like that, or a month before he was actually sworn in. So he went from that particular cell, or whatever the conditions were, to the office.
To straight presidency of the country.
Yes.
Wow.
That's his prime minister. No, that's not the prime minister.
No.
The prime minister is the other charismatic guy.
Yeah, Osumiru or Osu something, Osamu.
Who's Sonka? Check.
I think it's, let me check, yeah.
Senegal, another French colony. You know, all these moves that they're making here, we admire. We see the hope. We see the vision. But a lot of these people, we're going to give him a chance. We're going to give him a pass. But please bear with me because I have a point to make here.
Yeah.
We don't wish him bad. We're not sending any form of negativity towards Dave. But this boy is coming in very young. He's coming in very young to be the president of this Senegal. Makes me just question a little bit. I hope he succeeds. I hope he does very well. But for me, so young, because I know the French, they've been profiting from that Senegal for a long time. As much as this kid comes out here, or let me just say president, because we need to respect him now, right?
Respect, yes.
Please, my people, bear with me because I have a different way of speaking. But I love everybody and I respect everybody. I don't know. I'm just different like that. They bring them in young. That's my point.
Yeah, it's true.
They bring them in young. If you remember those days about Paul Biya, he was pretty young. He wasn't very young, not as young as Fayez coming in, but he was also young. Kagame was also young when he came in there. He's been in there for 24 years.
Gee.
So, anyway, we're going to dive into him for a little bit.
Yeah, and this Faye, the prime minister's name is
Faye
Usman.
is the president.
No, I'm saying
You said this Faye.
this Faye appointed the prime minister whose name is Usman Sonko.
Yes.
Yes.
I just stick to the Sonko.
Sonko.
That's why I say Sonko, right? Yeah,
Yes.
Sonko. I don't know if I say Sonko or Sonke, but it's in the song.
Yes.
It's Sonko.
Yes.
I like the Sonko part. It's easy to remember.
Yeah, it is. It rolls off the tongue nicely. Sonko.
So it's about Faye
Yes.
and Sonko.
And apparently, Sonko, he also ran for president of Senegal, but
Yeah,
he was
before.
disqualified.
Yeah. Because of dual citizenship or what?
I'm not really sure the reason yet.
There was another politician also there who had to be disqualified because they had dual citizenship. So I suppose Senegal is also one of those countries where you're not supposed to have dual citizenship. You can't have two, just like the Democratic Republic of the Congo. We've gone on a lot about the Congo. I am from the Congo. I don't sound like typical Congolese because I left quick, far away in 1991. At the time, my parents decided to just, hey, you have to leave the Congo. It's for your future. You need to go abroad. We're going to give you all the opportunities that we can as your folks. But don't ever forget your home.
Yes.
So always go back. Always try your best to do what you can for your country. I've been back. I'm present over there too. So that's good. It's a beautiful it's a beautiful country.
Yes.
The Democratic Republic of Congo. When you look at this entire Africa, there's so many stupid shit happening all over the place, huh?
And when you come to that realization, you're just like, why do you keep doing this to yourself, Africa?
And you know why you say realization?
Yeah.
Because it has become a way of life for most Africans to accept the fact that Africa should always live in these particular conditions. That's why you say it's a realization, something that we see, but we somehow turn a blind eye to.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it's like the people always say, if it's all you know, it's all you're gonna know. I mean, if you know that, okay, I'm living in poverty here, you're not gonna strive for anything better.
Do you know how many generations have lived through this and only know this? You see these little kids that are walking in that dirty road?
Yeah.
That's all they know. That's all they know. So they don't even have dreams. And my Bible, and I'm guessing your Bible, says that without a vision, the people perish.
Yes.
From which psyche or from which mindset should these kids who live in these streets all their lives, from which place must he start to dream of that particular dream that will get him out of this thing?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's a sad thing to experience and to see. And when I went to Sierra Leone, Sierra Leonean people are beautiful. I love Sierra Leone. You know, when you go to Africa, when you've had the opportunity to travel to certain African countries, you really start to see life differently. That's why I always encourage people to travel as much as they can, especially when you're young. You need that energy. You know, you need energy to travel. It's such a beautiful thing to be in different places and experience different cultures. Being from the Congo, but growing up in South Africa, when I first went to Sierra Leone, the first time I went, because I loved it so much, I went 4 times. Those kids over there, they are so lovely. They are so energetic. The city itself, the country, Freetown is the capital city. You land at Lungi Airport and you do your thing. You get on a charter boat or one of these ferries that takes you on the land, into Freetown. It's so freaking beautiful. It's unbelievable. If you've ever been to Cape Town and you know about Camps Bay, you see that landscape that you see of the 12 apostles?
Yes,
in Camps Bay?
Beautiful.
That's nothing compared to the type of landscape that you see in Freetown. All Freetown needs is proper genuine investment, foreign investment. It needs to remove, they have Julius, there's a Julius over there, huh?
In Sierra Leone.
Yeah, their president is a Julius. He also came in there with some robust way of coming in there to take power. But, they're dealing with that whole stupid thing. What's that thing? That, what do you call that? The zombie drug.
Kush.
The Kush thing.
Yes.
That is sad, huh? That these people, their way of life is so freaking messed up because the government is not really doing its job.
Yeah.
It's not looking after the people. Every freaking sector is a disaster.
Yeah.
That the population, majority of the population is unemployed. So what do to sometimes to try to forget their problems? They got bills, they're unemployed, they don't have food, they don't have proper shelter, they don't have proper medicine.
Yes.
So they end up taking that stupid Kush drug. So that's been an issue in Sierra Leone, but that's a part of Sierra Leone. That's the result of having puppets as leaders. But it's a beautiful country.
Yes.
It's a beautiful country.
Yes. I've just seen images myself for now, but yeah, it's a beautiful country. And you know what saddens me, because I'm just watching and
these
images. It's just so sad that these are the images of Africa that is always portrayed on TV.
Yes.
Just these people fishing, dusty roads. People are just selling tea bags for money. It's not nice. And somehow these puppets, they are just flying in their first class chartered jets. I mean, did you? A Kenyan president, by the way, Ruto, his people are backlashing him for taking a private chartered jet from UAE to US.
Why does he have to be from UAE?
Because
Kenya don't have.
Exactly.
They don't have such facilities. They don't have such successful private sectors in aviation.
Yes.
So he figured to himself, let me go and do it from the UAE. But what? Please go on with the story. His citizens are pissed off at him.
Yes, his citizens are pissed off that he is flying first class, and apparently the numbers that I've seen on mainstream media, it costs about 1.3 million.
What? Dollars or dirham?
I'm gonna say
perhaps dollars.
Perhaps, yeah. Because it's flying from Kenya, from UAE to Kenya, and then Kenya to US.
And back.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it's $1 million probably.
So, probably around there.
If they say million, it's probably a million.
Yeah.
The only thing I love about that Kenya, or that I see some sort of progress over there, is that airline.
Yeah.
It's the airline, the Kenyan airline.
Yes.
That's the only thing I really admire much over
Yeah.
there. But I wanted to say this. And then please bear with me because I know some opinions are already right at the forefront after what I've just said. But please bear with me. I wanted to say this when you were talking about these images that you've seen here.
Oh, yeah.
You see, these are the only images, these are the only types of devastating images that are exposed to the African mind. And it's a sad thing to see. And so we are doing our best to try to change all this. I wanted to respond by saying, yes, you are right. And Africa is beautiful.
Yes.
There's a lot of beautiful places in Africa that are not being seen.
Yes.
That are not being shown because of certain motives out there. Certain people are just out here to just paint a certain picture of Africa.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say, for the sake of our audience, so that there's a level of understanding here, on this pod, or perhaps myself, you are free to do whatever you want to do, right?
Okay.
You can say whatever you want to say. But as for me, I feel like I need to focus on all the shit that's currently happening in Africa. I will not spend time dwelling and praising certain great things that sometimes happen because I know that the shit supersede the good. You understand? I want corrupt-free government. So
Yes.
excuse me if I don't come out here and say, have you ever been to Zanzibar? Have you ever been to Lagos? Or have you ever been to Cape of Good Hope? It's so beautiful. If you go there, Africa is not, I'm not going to focus on that. I'll let other creators or other figures, individuals, do that. But I do agree there's some great places in Africa. Africa is very beautiful. You understand?
I get you.
There's a lot of places. There's a lot of places very beautiful, but we are on a mission over here to waken the minds and to not be satisfied with the breadcrumbs that are coming our way in the
Yes.
form of aid.
Yes.
You understand? We are not going to be fooled. That's why even in the case of Faye in Senegal, as charismatic as Sonko is, as charismatic as these people are, as they are now in power, we truly want to see some action out here that really shows that, yes, you are a part of the coalition
Yes.
with Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger. We want to see that. We want to see true action, genuineness, because a lot of these puppets, and by me saying puppets, I'm not necessarily saying Foye or Sonko is a puppet. We're going to give him a chance. They are young blood. We've always advocated for young blood
Yes.
to join the office because we're sick and tired of old ideas and old folks. But we the type to watch them closely. We the type to have feet on the ground, personnel on the ground, out there in the field, first-hand types of information, connections out there. When we travel for our thing, we want to meet the correct people.
Yes.
We want to know firsthand what's happening there. Is that the mission? Is it still the vision for the country? Everything that this young man Fire said on stage before he was elected in his campaigns, was it too good to be true, or does he mean his word?
Yes.
Some people have to remain out here and not be too overly excited. We need to watch certain coups here. We need to watch these coups. That's why I'm still happy that when that Gabon orchestrated that coup, I was quick to also want to say, hey, this particular coup's got France written all over it.
Yeah.
Because when you see the inauguration of Faye, do you see any familiar images there?
Like the
French costumes,
outfits.
outfits,
Yes.
the arrangements. Okay. Now I know it's tradition, it's culture. It's what's been in place for all this time. And so you want to get in there and then systematically start to change certain things. But yes, do your thing. People have different strategies out here. This is actually considered the correct way to approach every situation. You gotta win the election.
Yes.
Once you're in office, then you can make the moves to change the systems
Yes.
that which you disagree with. This is
Yes.
actually, it
This
shouldn't
is-
always be through a coup.
Yes.
So let the inaugurations look the way that they look, even if it's been culture or tradition since 1960.
Yeah, and I think Senegal presidents can stay in power for 5 years
Yeah, per term.
per term. So he has time. It's only been 50, 60 days. And regarding his prime minister's speech, there was a bit of fire in that one. I mean, he was saying it was all French. I couldn't really understand, but the subtitles I was reading, he was saying he wants to get rid of French troops as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so to kick out the France.
He wants to kick out the France. So it's the beginning days.
That's why I'm saying that as of now, he's somehow singing the same song.
Yes.
Not the same song. He's singing a song that Burkina Faso is already dancing to. You understand what I'm saying? Burkina Faso is not just talking here.
Yes, yes.
You know, they're not just singing some songs.
Yes.
He's still singing.
Yes.
We need to see that Senegal starting to dance to the songs they claim to sing, to the lyrics they say they know, to the lyrics they came out here and wrote that they spoke on the inaugurations and stuff in their campaigns, because Burkina Faso practices what they preach.
Yeah.
This is why Ibrahim Traore is so loved. Niger is the one that kicked the French troops out.
Yes.
So now Faye and Sonka also wants to kick them out. Not only kicking the troops out, they also want to get rid of that Frank, the CFA. It's one of his missions, his goals to accomplish, to want to get rid of that thing. And he even says that even if they got to change it up a little bit and try to adopt the system where it's a little bit regional first before they... If it doesn't work regionally, then we'll have to come up with a new currency. That's what he says. So it's still the same vision like these other three countries, all trying to be self-reliant, doing things by themselves, to fully detach themselves from Macron, from the French. So it's still the same. We want to see some ties between them, some official ties. You know, when you say a confederation, that's a tie right there. You know what I'm saying? We want to see some ties. They really need to join these three countries, like officially.
Yes,
so
you're
that
right.
in all aspect they are together.
Yeah.
Because what I wanted to say is, it doesn't matter how successful one particular country is in Africa, especially these African American countries. When I say African American countries, I'm talking about, you know, where you see a lot of black folks, you know, not so much like the North, you know, not like the Moroccos, the Libyas, the Tunisians, and all that stuff. I'm talking about like these countries where there's a lot of black people. Yes, you have to talk to them like they're adults.
Yes.
You know, it's a form of respect that I'm speaking so directly to them. Some people understand here.
Yeah.
They appreciate us for the fact that we are so authentically direct with them.
Yes.
Yes, these aren't kids. We see color. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I get you.
Yes. So they need to collectively, for any African countries to really truly succeed and to really truly accomplish the dreams and hopes that these particular candidates come out with in their campaigns, they have to collaborate with certain other African countries, and the immediate ones are usually your neighbors.
Yes,
You
yes.
know? They have to. I don't see a situation where this one particular Burkina Faso will be able to succeed completely by itself if it didn't have the support of these other two countries. In this case, Niger and Mali. Yes. So this also brings me back to Kagame, the Rwandese. Out there, even the Mozambicans are complaining about those Rwandese.
Oh.
Yes, because there's casualties over there.
Ah, yes,
Also,
yes.
you know, so those ones like to think as if they can do everything by themselves. I don't really see a lot of collaborations with other African countries. Them going out there and really like tying up with other people. That's because that Paul Kagame has a lot of blood on his hands.
Yes.
I'm telling you the truth.
Yes.
Before he even became the president of that particular Rwanda, president of the Rwandese, he did a lot of shit, a lot of atrocities. If you really open up these documents and these paperwork and you go deep in history, you speak to the right folks.
Yes.
The hidden closets will come out. You'll be aware of certain deeds, wrongdoings that guy is associated with. We just don't need to really, really go into it right now, just of yet. But the time is coming. We shall pace ourselves smartly with this. But that genocide in East Democratic Republic of Congo, East Kivu, in Goma, decades.
That has gone on for too long. Too long. That genocide needs to stop. The displacement, it needs to stop.
What also proves that the US or the West is behind the genocide that's currently happening in the Democratic Republic of Congo is the fact that, for example, when we were about to hold the elections, the democratic elections, since when does any African country truly have democracy? I know it's a topic, but for the sake of the argument, let's go on. Let's indulge in this topic of democracy. I'm giving them opinions about myself. I'm letting them know how I think and what my opinion is on certain things.
Without really giving too much away.
But they already understand. They can see that I'm questioning certain democracies.
Yes.
Yes, because we all know that the West is out here using democracy for its own interests. We know that.
Yes.
And this is what will prove that. The point, what I wanted to make. When it came to the elections, before that 20th of December 2023,
yes,
before Felix Tshisekedi was ushered in again for his second term as the president of the Democratic Republic of Congo, there was conflict. There's still conflict between M23 and the many rebel groups around in that East Democratic Republic of Congo. America was able to come out here and initiate and establish a ceasefire for the sake of elections that were happening in the DRC. There was a temporary ceasefire.
How convenient.
How did all these rebel groups that America publicly comes out here and condemn, how and why did they agree to that particular ceasefire that had to do with the Democratic Republic of Congo's elections? And then they come out here. We've been able to initiate a ceasefire, a temporary ceasefire in the region for the elections to take place to uphold the spirit of democracy. They will do anything to maintain that democracy thing.
Yes.
Because that democracy thing works for them mostly.
Of course.
Understand? When it comes down to it, the spirit of democracy, when it comes down to it, when you are truly not getting your way, you have to follow democracy all the way to the source of democracy. That's when you go up and end up in the UN, where they are in charge.
Yes.
So follow that which that works for us. Follow that which that ends here. And there, America has the ability to come out here and threaten the United Nations. Just like that Biden was threatened, let me not say Biden, just like that US.
Yes.
Even Biden has condemned the fact that ICJ or whatever issued warrants on these Israeli people. You know? And then United Nations or ICJ would start to like...
just crumble. They'll sit back.
Oh, shoot.
They said no. They said no. US said no.
Yeah. So that America is behind a lot of atrocities that are happening left, right, and center in that Africa. That war in the Democratic Republic of Congo. These Rwandese, I'm going to keep going back to them because they are a part of the problem in that region. The citizens are sick and tired of me because I talk a lot about them, but they are the issue. President Kagame is working hand in hand with certain militant groups to continue on with this freaking war of fighting for land because of cobalt, because of all these mineral resources. So I have to keep going back there. We understand that it's not just M23. There's a lot of rebel groups.
Yeah. Like we mentioned, how much was it? Above 200?
220.
Yeah.
That's what, the way they will put it, the way they will say it is 220. Some rebel groups perhaps consist of 15 men.
Yeah, 5.
Or 5. And they give themselves certain abbreviations.
Yes.
And then that word goes around, and then whoever the chief guy who's doing his work,
He adds one more to the list.
he just says, no, there's another rebel group. They like to wear purple. They like to wear purple. And if you go to the mountains there, they always go there on a Sunday.
Yeah.
You will see them there. That's a rebel group.
Yeah.
That's how that number is at 220.
Possibly, yes.
That's why we don't know. I don't know what the I know that FDRL or whatever, but count up to 5. I don't have any more names,
No.
because all those other ones are ineffective.
Yeah.
But they'll come out here. Some people say 100 rebel groups. From some sources, I've heard 200 rebel groups. But from like 15, for example, not even that far, 15, from 10,
Yes.
you already start to say, who are those ones?
What have they done?
What did they do? What weaponry do they have? A rebel's supposed to have a weapon. What does he have? Oh, these are the machete types of rebels. They just use machetes. Okay. What is you know what a machete is?
Yes.
Is that an English term?
I think it's Mexican.
Machete.
Machete. I think it's
That thing.
Mexican. Yeah, it's
That barbaric thing.
Yes.
They go in like that.
Yes.
Huh? They don't play games in those areas, in those regions. You know, a weapon, a gun, a machete. If you have a machete or a gun, a revolver, in that East Democratic of Congo, whether you are a soldier or a citizen, you have power.
Yeah.
That's your computer right there. Because with that, you can get laid. With that, you can hunt, you can protect, you can do everything. That's what they do.
Yes.
That's the real life situations of what's happening in East Democratic Republic of Congo. Young men find themselves with machetes. They do whatever they can to create a weapon. If it's
Yes.
a gun, he believes he's blessed, he's made it in life, because that particular gun will ensure that he gets everything that he wants. Because he doesn't need money when he has a gun.
Yes.
He just threatens, give it to me. Whether it's the man at the shop and he needs some bread, my friend, give me bread. The gun is right there. The bread will be given.
Yes.
Whether it's that chick that's walking down the road, you'll just say, hey, sit here, open, hey, done. That's how those boys operate. When we say that 50 women experience sexual violence per hour in East Democratic Republic of Congo, that is an English statement. What I'm doing now is I'm pointing the picture of what and how it actually happens.
Yes.
The machete.
The machete.
Or the weapon. That's the craziness. I know we got a smile on our faces as we speak, as we say all this, but it's atrocities. And we are very much against all that, and we are not happy about that.
Nope.
But you people need to know. That's why there are certain movies where certain things are shown in its graphic form. Look at it. You have to look at it. Are you an adult or are you a kid? You better look at this thing for what it is real now. Look at it. You know? And then people have that true, authentic, real, genuine image or information of what's actually going on.
Yeah.
Because it's very much overlooked by everybody out here when they just see that little hashtag Free the Congo. Free the Congo, they swap past Free the Congo real fast.
Yes.
You have to come out here and show them images, graphic images for them to actually see what the hell is going on over there. And then I want you to scroll. You yourself, you who call yourself human. You want to sit out here and have the comfort and the ability to just scroll. I'm sorry, I used the hashtag. That's your way of supporting. Use the hashtag Free Congo. But you don't know what you are at. You don't know what sort of freedom. You don't know what you want people to be freed from. But you're just quick to say Free Congo. Free from what?
Yeah, it's not just a saying. It's not just a hashtag.
Yeah, it's not just a hashtag. Free from sexual violence with a machete right next door.
Yeah.
Free from displacement. Free from not having food on the table. Free from not having a shelter over your head.
Yes.
They just want to use the hashtag and just say it as comfortably as possible. You know, we need to be diplomatic out here. That's what some people. That's why we've discussed my tone. I don't know What sort of tone would you have if you have 8 million people of your people displaced? If it means something to you, if you don't like it, if you have something inside you that feels uncomfortable knowing that these atrocities are happening, how would you say it? And if they've been happening since 1996, 3 decades.
It's too long.
A way of life accepted. How many World Cups came and went? You understand? How many Olympic Games? How many times? How many sunsets? You understand?
Yeah, I get you.
For a whole freaking 3 decades, people are living in horrible conditions while these puppets are out there living their lives.
Flying around, have the choices of flying private or commercial.
What
No.
pisses me off the most is just to watch them make speeches.
And you know actually what happened in the US? I think Biden administration, they snubbed Ruto because previously any delegation that comes to visit the White House, they are able to address the Congress. But Ruto was not given that privilege.
To address the Congress.
To address the Congress.
Why must we let this puppet address the Congress? Why should we give him this honor? Why must we let this Ruto address the Congress?
Yeah.
And can you look, we don't have time for this. The president already said he will meet him privately and separately. He'll just sign on the dotted line. There's nothing to convince over there. So why must he address the Congress?
It's just so sad that he even actually goes there and still smiles and takes photos and then eats the state dinner that had happened last night.
When you just look at that, when you look at Ruto in the White House or in America or wherever they were doing all those speeches, like you said, you can see it on him. He believes he's made it in life.
Yeah. It's like,
Because
I'm
he
in the
went
White
to the
House.
US.
Oh, wow.
And then he's very much looking forward to the fact that when he goes back home in his palace, in his presidential palace, he will sit with his close family and friends and speak with pride and dignity and honor as a person who's made it in life. I was just with Biden. And sorry, could you pause the sauce, please? The sauce comes. See these puppets are living life. Huh?
Yes.
They're living life. Would you like some wine? Thank you. Yeah, we met with Biden. Yeah, it was all right. And before you know it, another one of these madams or a butler, a specific butler, will pull up on the right and say, "Sir, no, it's okay."
Yeah. Because
that's the life that they're living.
Yes, the ego has been stroked. I mean, now he's made it. He's respected in his household.
He cannot hide it. It's on his face when he's there.
Yeah, it's on his face on camera. You can see it.
We see it.
This is the U.S. president. I'm here. I'm drinking tea.
Yeah. And then that particular person travels back home. For him, he comes from a vacation. He's seen it all. He's not really thinking. Do you honestly think that when they are seated there like that in power as presidents of these particular African countries, when these puppets are seated there, they have this burning desire inside them to accomplish things for their people? Or are they saying to themselves, our people are used to this?
I don't know, but I want to also sort of somehow give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe Ruto, wait, maybe he is doing something good for the people in his talks with the president. Maybe, yes, he is. But it's just like, I don't know.
Until all these puppets unite, for me, none of them is doing anything good.
Yeah.
I will leave it up to the people who want to talk about the slight details of certain things that they are doing that's improving employment by 1% or 2%. I'm not here to talk about any of that shit. We don't give awards out here. We call it out as it is. We are only here to focus on the facts that they are lacking. Doing that, when you look at Africa as a whole, looking at those specific things that they supposedly do good in, as a whole, the bigger picture, is somehow being satisfied with breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
No, I don't look at that part. I look at South Africa and I say, yes, South Africa has beautiful wines. They have the Table Mountain. It was once the seventh wonder of the world. But I'm not going to be here and really try to advocate that. You must visit Cape Town. It's like this, it's like this, like that. No, I'm going to say it's freaking embarrassing that as the mother city, we don't have electricity because we got this stupid load shedding thing happening here.
Yes.
Let other influencers and other figures talk about Table Mountain. We're not here to talk about Table Mountain.
Yes.
We're here to just address the fact that it's embarrassing that we don't have lights.
Yeah. Yes. It's embarrassing. Yes.
It's embarrassing. And it's not just lights. It's also that particular time when there was water issues.
Oh yeah, there were where there wasn't any rain.
Yeah, when there wasn't any rain, there was a lot of drought periods and all this kind of stuff, and people were lacking on that. And because of the misuse of certain dams and all this stuff. And all that kind of thing. It's puppet thinking. It's puppet doing.
I actually forgot about that.
Yeah, because that has somehow perhaps been resolved and all that kind of thing. But this load shedding is embarrassing. So Ramaphosa, as much as I see him and he's vocal, as much as I appreciate the fact that South African troops are in the DRC Congo, try to help with the situation over there, please, can you still address the issues of the freaking lights?
Yeah,
in
man.
South Africa. Yes, I reserve the right to ask about this. I'm not just Congolese, I'm South African too. Maybe, who knows? I might have dual citizenship. Who knows? You'll keep guessing. But we don't focus on those particular achievements until they are all united. Victory would mean a united Africa.
Yes.
Even when you do fix the situation of load shedding in South Africa, our mission doesn't stop. We might not even mention it. So don't be doing don't be doing things out here to
seek recognition.
To seek recognition.
Yes.
That's why they're so quick to get on stages and talk about this 15 years relationship with the administration, Ruto.
Yes.
15 years relationship with America, and we are here. What has that 15 years produced? What has it accomplished? Africa is still seen as Africa. In your speeches, you people admit Africa. For how many years are you going to keep wanting to be self-reliant? For how many years are you going to keep working to be self-reliant? This kind of song, when does this song end? You understand?
Yes.
Talk about the fact that you're already self-reliant.
Yes.
That's the day that we are waiting for. That's the achievement. Every single one of these puppets. That's why even with Senegal, as much as I love those two guys and they're bringing in fresh energy, all these things that they put in their campaign about I'll fix the army, I'll fix the gas and oil industry and the fishing industry. We'll talk about the CFA. We'll talk about our detachment from France. We'll be self-reliant. We'll do it on ourselves. We'll create our own currency. That's what everybody says. Even OpenAI can write that speech for you. So posting it here online is just, it is what it is. It's there, we see it. But Burkina Faso is dancing.
Yes.
We are dancing to the tunes of Burkina Faso.
Yes.
We are dancing to the speeches of Burkina Faso because Burkina Faso is out here with Captain Ibrahim Traore practicing what they are preaching.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? They are delivering by force. And we see these coups that are coming his way because he's a target for the West. He's a target for France. This is an obvious reason why they want him out, because he's delivering. This kid, this guy, this 35-year-old Capitan is delivering. We appreciate that. So we are dancing to his tune. And those are the types of accolades or achievements we will proudly sit up here and talk about. Yes.
Yes.
You understand? Those are the ones that we will mention. Because those ones need support. Those particular capitains need support. They need the rest of us to rally on.
Yes.
Now that I'm talking about Ibrahim Traore, the way that I'm speaking, if you have no clue who Ibrahim Traore is, I bet you and I guarantee you, you'll take some interest. And once you take some interest, you'll Google it. You go to YouTube, you'll find out, you'll see it for yourself, and you'll encourage others to do it. That's a way of picking up this momentum so that this thing keeps going.
Get the word out there.
Because especially at this stage, where he's challenging such powers, these imperialistic countries, his life is in danger. because he's messing up the system.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's disrupting everything.
He's disrupting the status quo.
According to them, this nigger is disrupting everything. According to them, this monkey is disrupting everything. This is how they speak behind closed doors.
Yes.
They don't speak the way that you hear them when they stand up on pulpits. They let it all out between them.
Yes.
You don't want to be in the same room when they talk about you. Whatever you hear is not how they discussed it.
No.
Yeah, so it's but also at the same time, we are happy about the fact that it's happening.
Yeah.
That the fact that they are out here challenging those systems. France is not happy.
No.
You see this France and these America, these imperialistic countries. Since September 2022, that's when Ibrahim came in power. Since then, he started disrupting everything, according to them. You will think that he has necessarily won and these things are in, but you gotta watch them.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't just come out here and do something or try something or say something completely direct that that will truly show that, this is what they are up to. They'll take their time.
Yeah. It's like a slow intake.
They'll take their time.
Yes.
They'll take their time. You see that particular U.S. base that was in Niger that was apparently established for the U.S. to be able to run around with their drones to spy on other nations. That particular information or data that they were gathering over there was useful for them. Now that they're being forced and kicked out of that particular region, it's a freaking headache.
Yeah.
We need Africa.
Where are they going to go now?
Interest of the U.S.
Yeah.
These little three boys out here are out here just freaking disrupting everything. We need to be able to see if Russia is putting its footprint in Africa because we need it. Yes, our future depends on having control over Africa. You see, Africa, the way that Africa is, it has been already decided by these elites, these imperialistic countries, these people that don't have the guts to come out here and be very real with us. They will give us some politically correct speech, some democratic speech. You see that Africa, they've decided that particular Africa is still ours.
Yes.
As far as America is concerned, as far as the West is concerned, Africa belongs to them.
Yes. Yes. It's written all over their faces.
Let me clip it for them. As far as the West is concerned, Africa belongs to them. These puppets will stand in the forefront, but they will do what we tell them to do. We don't have time to be traveling back and forth over there. Just put that puppet over there, these puppets over here, and let it be that way. We reserve the right to come in there and take what's ours, to command these puppets to get on a plane and fly here and explain. Yes, but make no mistake that Africa belongs to us. That's the definition, the explanation of all the freaking agreements that were signed. Those colonial pacts. That's what it means.
Yes.
It means it's ours. Look, how else would you explain the fact that you've signed documents, colonial pacts, that says you keep your money with us? That means when you need pocket money, you let us know.
Let us know.
So who's in charge over there?
Of course it's them.
Hey, sing that you have independence. Sing. Start singing now that you have independence. Even though, just sing.
Yeah.
Sing that you have independence, but you keep your money with us. What else? Well, you need arms. Take a little bit, but the rest can only be... Your troops can only be trained by us.
Yes.
If you play around, we'll just pour concrete in these sewage pipes. Hey, that's what you say the West has Africa by the balls like this.
Completely.
Yes. And so these puppets fund themselves even though that Faye, you see that Faye and that Sonka from Senegal?
Yes.
This particular podcast is about Senegal, if you've been paying attention, but we always got to diverse because Africa is big. But you see that Faye and that Sonka,
yeah,
the moment they became presidents and prime ministers of that Senegal, they saw the real deal. Paperwork came before them.
Yeah.
Information that they never knew. They've heard about it, but now it was finally that particular day. They came there and they saw everything raw.
Yes.
You see, when they are running to get in office, they'll have this passion. They'll have this tenacity. You see that that will to see his country prosper. He will have it. But it's
Yes.
only when he sees those documents and then bang. Woo. Just like all these other puppets all over the place, even Felix Tshisekedi, all these puppets that make it in these positions of power. These people that owned these countries, these colonizers that were once in charge of these countries, that are still in charge of these countries. Why on earth would they have these countries in the palm of their hands and give it up? Sometimes you must just boil it down to that.
Yeah, I mean, they have this power over another country. Why would they give up that power so easily?
You must also try to think in the mindset of a colonizer. Or have you ever, you've been in a position to give before.
Yes.
When you give something to somebody, what happens to the relationship between you and that person? It changes. It changes. Whether one admits it or not, the relationship changes. Because today I give you, you say yes, thank you. Tomorrow I give you again.
So thank you
And
again.
the next day, and the next day, and the next day.
Yes.
Until you start to feel entitled.
Yeah.
Until I too, the giver, start to feel like, what? I gave you yesterday. I take power over you. Try to think back to those days when those colonizers landed in certain countries in that Africa. I'm giving you a road. You see this? This will be a school. This one, you don't have to use those leaves to clean that wound. In this place, this person that's dressed in this white thing will use these special operators out here and sort you guys out. We're gonna call this an hospital.
Yes.
And you see what I'm speaking here now? I'm speaking a language called French. Learn it among yourselves. When I say viens ici, assis-toi ici, ne bouge pas, tais-toi, donne-moi ton argent. It means, hey, come here, don't say much, sit down here, don't say anything, give me all your money. You understand what that means? That's French. You guys speak French now.
That's your first language.
And then so they were in charge like that, these particular
Yes.
colonizers, these imperialistic countries. They had that power over all these African countries that way. And then in the 1960s, they just said to themselves, enough with power, enough with control over these people. You have independence, and everything that we worked so hard to build or establish in your particular country, they are all yours. We no longer have the rights to tell you what to do with them, and there are no documents for you to sign. You have full independence. Go ahead.
We are just grateful to have the opportunity to build a country like this. Please.
If you just go back there, if you just go back there and you just think there, that's when you'll start to gain some form of knowledge or perhaps insight into saying it's more complicated than it seems.
Yes.
When these puppets stand up here and give us speeches and they make all these promises, vote for me. What are you talking about, vote for you? Do you have the power, really? Oh, come on. Already from that point of view, because it sounds absurd. It sounds like too good to be true that these people would just relinquish power, that would just give away all that power, that control. When you put it that way, when you think about it that way, you start to see the obvious in these speeches.
Yeah.
You start to allow certain words or certain promises that these puppets make get in one ear and out the other ear. I don't have time for this shit in my ears. This speech can be written by AI. It sounds very good. It's very gullible. This is for the masses. You're not a part of the masses. You're not a pawn. You have critical thinking. You can think for yourself. You can put two and two together.
Yeah.
Yes. That's why this puppet also of Felix Tshisekedi, he's now serving his second term. The East Democratic Republic of Congo is still a mess.
Yes.
In fact, it's even worse than it's ever been. But this is Felix Tshisekedi's second term. Guess what? we're going to hear another political speech.
He's done nothing.
These puppets, the only hope that truly exists for most of these African countries is not even this idea of a new freaking leader as a president or a prime minister. We just need a revolutionary person.
Yeah.
We need somebody who will decisively come out here and just
rough and tough it. Yes.
Yeah. Because for life, it's been this way. For life, it's been chaotic. For life, it's been this mess. For life, it's been empty speeches, empty promises, campaigns left, right, and center. And everybody that stands up to try to take on the West is assassinated. It's crazy. It's history repeating itself over and over and over again. That's why in that West Africa, we have to keep an eye on our people over there, because we all know what happens in cases like this when certain individuals come out here and start to challenge them that supposedly gave us independence in 1960.
They might try to orchestrate some things.
Look, those people are not sitting by and forgetting that thing. And we wish you nothing but the best, Burkina Faso. Thank you very much. We wish you nothing but the best. And they turn their backs around and then they go about their merry way. That's not happening. They have agendas. They have their own plans.
Yes.
They have their own plans. But God is the one who's in control.
Always.
Not them. They're not as imperialistic as they think they are. God is still out here. God's been out here. It's all in God's timing. It's in God's plan.
Yes.
As much as difficult as it seems that Africa will one day be united, at the end of the day, God is the one who's in control here.
Yes.
It's no human, the arrogance of you to think that you are truly so imperialistic. There's another side to all of this thing that people don't really focus on, but that side actually has more power.
Yes,
This is
of
still
course.
God's baby.
Yes.
The world is the Lord's and its fullness.
Yes. Yes.
And everything inside it.
Yes.
Even-
that is the way.
Yes, all of us. Every single thing, every single one, every single place, every corner. It all belongs to Thee, Almighty. Yes. It's Jesus Christ.
Just if you don't know.
Let's just say that.
Yes.
It's Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
Yes.
Yes. The Son of God. The name above all names. At the center of it all. These are just little human beings fighting and quarreling down there. Mixing business and pleasure, politics, fighting over land. Oh, that thing is called gold, diamond, cobalt, technology and all that kind of thing. Yeah. Okay. Your turn. I'm tired, though.
What?
I'm tired.
Okay.
I'm
All
tired.
right. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you. Bye.